Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Let's Crack OPSC. Hope all of your preparation going well, and I hope you people have done phenomenal in your whatever examination you are appearing right now. And as you know that we have with us OCS 2021 rank 18 holder Prateek. First of all, from all our subscribers and me and my family members, I heartiest congratulate you, Prateek, on your success. And especially, I want to thank for all your hard work, especially whatever you have done so far, and you have got the fruitful result. How do you feel, and whom do you dedicate this success, Prateek?
So first of all, thanks a lot to you and your academy for inviting me and giving me a privileged occasion to share my strategy with the fellow aspirants. And I owe you this success as well, and I owe my parents this success, and to the Almighty, of course, because without an invisible hand, it is literally impossible to achieve this feat. And getting selected is means to interview level is a different thing. And getting a top 20 rank is a different thing. My fellow aspirants will know the process gradually. I feel that they will, as they surpass different stages, they will get the feeling. And every well wisher is well behind me to support me, and their place was very important as well.
Then please tell us about briefly about your life journey so far.
But basically, as you know, most people must have seen my interview as well, because I belong to a third generation of civil servant of my family. Because my father is also a civil servant, and my maternal grandfather was also a civil servant. He's retired now. And since childhood, I was inclined towards civil services. That's why I opted for civil services. By profession, I am a civil engineer. I graduated from NIT Rourkela in civil engineering after BTech and MTech in transportation engineering in 2018. Then I joined EPC company of RPG Group named Case International Limited and worked there for 2 years for Indian Railways in specifically DFCCIL projects as a structural engineer. Then during COVID, I got a golden opportunity to switch to civil services because I thought that let's capitalize on the crisis and the opportunity that fate has provided me. And in 2020-21, I started my civil services preparation journey.
Please, what motivated you to join civil services specially? What are the things which motivated you to join civil service, Pratik? Please let our viewers know about this.
So I think everyone has a different motivation before joining civil services, but my personal motivation was my family and their work ethics. Because I have seen my father since my childhood days, since the day I attained maturity, how he used his work ethics to serve people, how he considered his motherland above all and his service before the family to the common man. And he belongs to a very small village from Keonjhar district. And my grandfather, paternal grandfather, is a farmer by profession, but he could not provide my father any opportunity to get up to the civil services. But with his hard work, he reached there and dedicated all his life for the poor people. And if he had power, he always used to say that if you have power and position, use it for the poor. So that was my prime driving force to serve the people. And I used to consider him as a role model because he is also a President Medal awardee for 2001 census during for his meritorious service and during disaster management as well. And I personally feel that the youth of this nation who are able and resilient to serve the people of Odisha or India must come into the services so that they can make a small yet significant difference for the society.
Okay. Have you ever faced failure in this particular process, Pratik? And if yes, how did you overcome the failures in order to the pinnacle of success? How you overcame the failures and you cracked 18 rank, which is especially a dream for everyone.
I think failures and frustrations are an inevitable part and co-passengers of this civil services journey because being from a engineering background, it was tough for me to acquire knowledge based on two optional subjects, and I did not opt for civil engineering as my optional. And failure, as you know, you have seen my journey from the very beginning as well. I have been associated with you. So in my first attempt in OPSC OCS 2020, I gave interview but could not clear the final merit list of unreserved cutoff. I missed it by only 5 marks. So there was apprehensions, anxiety, fear of failure, everything. I have seen it all. But I think there is a very small difference between successful and unsuccessful people, because as you always say that the phoenix always rises from the ashes. So I think the one who has the spirit of not giving up and never say die attitude within him, he can again rise up. It's not easy. I am sitting in this side of the story, being successful now. It's easier for me to say this, but failures are inevitable. But you must think that you must not opt for mediocrity throughout your life, but excellence and meritocracy. And there is no replacement of excellence and meritocracy. So one must strive and give his best, his or her best, to capitalize on the resources, whatever he or she has, to reach the pinnacle of success. And my prime motivation force has been my family, my well wishers, and my friends who constantly kept supporting me and believed in me in spite of my failures.
Yes. Please tell our viewers regarding your prelim strategy and the book list you followed for prelims.
Yes, sir. The prelim strategy for me, prelims and mains preparation was not very different. But before 3 months of 3 to 4 months of prelims, I specially dedicated my preparation for prelims because I was preparing for UPSC as well. So the prelim strategy in OPSC was not very dedicated solely for OPSC for me, because previous year questions I analyzed last 5 years. But in 2020, OPSC changed its prelims pattern as well, because the types of questions which they used to ask are basically more factual in nature till 2019. So most of the test series in OPSC were oriented towards factual part, but in 2020 they tried to switch, not largely, but somewhat to some extent towards UPSC pattern, and they asked analytical as well as a mixture of factual questions. So giving test series was my prime importance before 2 months of prelims. Based on that, I completed my static subjects and relied on 20 to 30 tests of any test series.
Okay.
And one more thing, sir, just not giving tests, but analyzing those tests and your areas of strength and weaknesses is of utmost importance, because without learning from your failures, you cannot rise and move ahead.
Yes.
So
And
that was my strategy.
yes, book. Please,
Sir,
can you
book
mention?
list.
Yes, book list.
Yes, sir. Book list I'll share. Sir, first of all, I would like to say that there is no definite guru mantra for any prelims or mains. Everyone has his or her own strategy. 432 candidates have been selected. Everyone has a unique and distinct strategy. I would like to share my strategy. It suited me. I hope it will suit more candidates as well. So first of all, I would like to tell aspirants that completing the NCRT books are very important to strengthen your basics. So go for NCRT basics books, complete them in 1 or 2 months. Then for quality, I referred Lakshmika only for prelims. And for economy, I referred Ramesh Singh book and economic survey and budget. These three things, nothing except this. And for art and culture, I completed class 11 NCRT and selective reading of Nitin Singhani book. And for history, three parts are there: ancient, medieval, and modern. Ancient, I completed R.S. Sharma. I prepared my short and crisp notes, the old NCRT book. And for medieval, I completed Satish Chandra, same for that also. And for modern India, I referred to Spectrum. And I also have supplemented my history syllabus and learning through Tamil Nadu board book, history book, for ancient and medieval particularly. And for environment, I referred Shankar Ray's book and I prepared short notes from it. And sometimes I also refer to the down to earth that YouTube videos, their videos. And for current affairs, I would like to tell people that please completed the latest India yearbook at any cost, and Odisha yearbook to some extent. And any newspaper of your choice you can refer for prelims. So the most of the schemes, the factual part and all that. And any monthly magazine of any reputed institute, they can go for selective reading, not extensive reading or exhaustive reading, but selective reading. And for science and technology, I relied on newspaper, current affairs, and NCRT, and some YouTube videos for conceptual clarity where I feel I lack in those concepts. And test series, as I said, minimum 20 to 25 test series, and their analysis is very important before prelims.
Okay. Please tell us about your main strategy and if you have changed any book for specially for mains.
The main strategy was not very different, because I think there is a need of integrated and collaborative approach in preparing for both prelims and mains. Because the ultimate goal is to get a good rank, and without clearing prelims and without scoring a significant chunk of mark in mains, we cannot get a good rank. So mains is the real game changer. So the strategy in mains is very important. I supplemented my mains preparation with somewhat extra books. Suppose I would like to give an example in modern history, modern Indian history. I supplemented my mains preparation with Bipin Chandra book along with the Spectrum book because those books are more analytical in nature and it's like a story. So we can grasp it easily and we can respond to the questions which are more analytical in nature in mains. And optional selection is a big gamble in maths. So students who must be aware that what to do in their own respective options because optional has a significant chunk of mark till this year. But next year it would be same as UPSC pattern, 500 marks for optional, 250 marks each. So choose your optional wisely. I would tell everyone because this year if students need, I can share my mark sheet. There has been a significant amount of disparity in the optional marking as well.
Okay.
So I would like to tell people one thing, sir, that test series and answer writing are of paramount importance and no way we can escape them. Now people might be feeling that I can write test series after prelims and before mains I can write a few tests and I can excel. But for my personal experience, I have told you many times as well. In my first attempt, I faltered just because of lack of practice in answer writing. I was very new to the preparation and I always felt that yes, I can manage, I can write in the example. But in every paper, I could not complete the paper in time in my first attempt. At least 2 to 3 questions I left in every paper that cost me one extra year, one extra attempt. I do not want any aspirant to repeat those same mistakes again. So that would be my message because we cannot bluff ourselves in mains preparation. It's all about mains preparation because answer writing is of paramount importance before mains.
Okay. Okay. Please tell us about your language paper strategy. Especially, many people are failing the language paper and they are unable to because their papers are also not evaluated. It's a very big
Yes.
setback for them. So please tell us
Yes.
about the language paper strategy.
Sir, I would like to tell each and every aspirant that never take anything for granted in civil services preparation, be it Odisha civil services or in India level ISIPS preparation. Never take anything for granted. In language paper, I have seen many friends fail. I myself passed the language paper ODI, scoring 109 marks last year and 107 marks this year. This is just clearing the cutoff. So I think I am not the right person to guide people in ODI language paper because I belong to English medium and I haven't wrote any significant amount of ODI since 2008, the day I passed class 7. So I faced a lot of difficulty in language paper. My relatives helped me a lot who were high school teachers and PEOs. So I managed just to pass the language paper anyhow, clearing grammar, writing somewhat essay. In my first attempt, I could not even attempt the essay for one page because I had not any practice of writing ODI for a longer duration. So I think you can guide people better in ODI language paper and in English language. I think I have scored around 180 or 170 marks in both attempts. So I think in English paper they can do one thing that practice newspaper reading every day and develop the art of faster reading and grasping and thinking quick in English. Because I have seen many people fail in English, especially those who belong to state board and who have not significant amount of writing practice. So reading any good book or newspaper is of utmost importance and practice writing language as much as you can based on the previous year questions, especially the grammar part, because grammar part is mark fetching. Up to 80 marks, grammar questions are coming. So if you can score at least 60 in those parts, you are in the safe zone because a mixture of all the other questions can fetch you 50 marks minimum. So I refer to one book, that yellow color book, I guess in market is available, that BK publication book for Pressy and some other article writing practice. And I completed the grammar part from that. If you are needing anything additional, then you can refer to the Ren and Martin book as well for grammar, the red color book that is available since ages, our school days also that book is available. So in English, that would be sufficient for clearing those papers, but never ignore those two papers. At least weekly 2 days practice ODI and English writing.
Okay. Thank you for sharing your language paper strategy. I think
Yes.
you have scored very high marks in essay paper. Can you please let our subscribers know about what was your essay strategy? What kind of a thing, anecdote approach or quotation approach? There are various approaches people are following. What approach
Yes.
you followed and you got very high marks in essay? How much marks you got in
Yes.
essay?
The last time I got the highest mark in essay, I guess, as much as I know from the list and my friends, that was 130 from 200. And last time it was only one essay we had to write in 2 hours, in 3 hours time, I guess, one essay. So last time I got 130 and this time I got 124. That is second highest. First highest is 125. So this time we got two philosophical essays just like UPSC. So in philosophical essays, students were unable to score good marks. Even good students, I have seen their mark sheets, they are scoring around 88, 90, 95, 96. The key to scoring good marks in essay in any exam is standing out from the crowd. Think out of the box in essay. Do not be in the rat race of essay writing because the conventional essays which we used to write in schools and colleges are not meant for civil services examination. Civil services examination essay is a platform that gives you plethora of opportunity to express yourself and to impress the examiner as an administrator, the future administrator. Essay is a platform which can easily assess your mentality, your way of thinking, your thought process, how you think, how you approach a problem, how you link different aspects of the game. So that's the key. One thing I would like to tell everyone, sir, newspaper reading, any new good newspaper and its editorial reading would be very helpful in essay preparation because the people who write in editorials have experience in public speaking and public writing, or even more than our age, their experiences. So we must learn from their expertise and experience and respect that. So I would like to tell people that please go through the editorials and learn from that. I used to collect my own anecdotes from those editorials, and every time I used to start any essay with a small anecdote that is based on a real story. That may be from a small village, from a very big bureaucrat who has made ample amount of progress, or someone like Tessie Thomas, who is known as Missile Woman of India. So those essays we can start with or the anecdote because some essays are predictable. Suppose you can prepare some content on women empowerment, you can prepare some content on climate change, environmental issues, education, health. Some issues you can prepare beforehand. Some anecdote you can prepare, and it is essay is nothing like that. We will read and we will write in exam the same thing. We have to develop your own ability to think fast and write fast because essay is all about thinking fast and writing different from others. So I would like to tell everyone that develop the art of linking things because without linkage and coherence, an essay does not seem very interesting to the examiner. Create an interest and anxiety in the mind of the examiner so that he thinks that I would like to read more what he or she has written, what he or she has written different from others. So that is the key to success in essay. I try to inculcate that in both my attempts. And especially, I would like to tell people that develop your own examples. Do not copy from any book or source or any coaching institute or mentor. Be different from others. Develop your own examples and try to link it with the topic. And be as closer as possible to the original topic. Do not deviate or digress from the topic. And one more thing, sir. In essay, you need a very brilliant and eye-catching introduction and a very brilliant and outstanding conclusion. Because after reading the conclusion, you will get the marks from the examiner. If the conclusion is very futuristic, optimistic, and pragmatic, you'll definitely get a good mark. And in body, can describe everything whatever you want to express. And but with the introduction and conclusion, be very careful. If you are feeling that you are weak in essay, just practice writing introduction and conclusion for few days, then go for the body.
Hmm. Okay, please tell our viewers regarding your optional, especially what are the books you followed for your optional?
Yes, sir. My options are sociology and geography. Being from a civil engineering background, I opted for sociology and geography because I had personal inclination and interest in these two options. And apart from being too utopian, I thought that in whichever subject I could score good marks, I would go for that. Because at the end of the day, you need a good rank. There is no point in learning optional for years and doing PhD and not able to score well in the examination. So my philosophy for selecting sociology was that last year I scored good marks in sociology, more than average, but this time it was average. I'll share my marks if people want, because this time in sociology marking has been very conservative. I feel because interoptional disparity is always there, and it is inevitable. There is no issue with that. So for sociology students, I would like to tell that first complete your basics like NCRT if you are not from sociology background. If you have a master's degree in sociology, then it's fine. You can skip the NCRT part. For paper one, sir, I refer to Harlambos and Holborn, that blue book, or some selected chapters. and ignore material, not exhaustive reading, but selected material, whatever is in our syllabus, that those parts I covered from those. And in during my stay in Delhi, I referred to Vikas Ranjan sir's note in sociology notes. I did not go for any coaching in any optional. I collected the materials from market and I went through it. And I supplemented my contents with the Nitin Sangwan book, which is available for sociology, very popular book. Every student must be in mind. And for thinkers part, I also refer some parts of George Ledger book. These four books I have referred for paper one. And in paper two, same ignore material I refer, NCRT refer, and that those Vikas Ranjan sir material. Additional two books I referred in paper two, that is for Indian society, that social problems in India by Ram Ahuja, and Indian society and culture, continental change by Nadim Hasnain. Those two books are very brilliant books. You can go for selective reading of those books. And I would like to advise everyone, please at least write 10 full tests of sociology optional. Because without writing full tests and without analyzing the previous questions, you cannot write a 60 marker in exam with ample amount of content sufficing the word limit. That is for sociology. And in sociology, including our own real life examples from the society is very important because book case example everyone will give. Being an administrator, you must be able to see and read through the lines because the social phenomenon which you analyze yourself will fetch you the maximum marks apart from the book case examples. And addressing the core demand of the question in sociology is very important because students sometimes fail to understand the requirement in GS and a sociological answer.
Mhm.
So that's the main reason why sometimes sociology becomes a boomerang for students.
Mhm. Okay, please tell us about note making.
Yes, sir. Sir, before that, sir, I would like to tell about my other optional as well, geography optional.
Okay.
Geography optional students might get some help from it. Sir,
Mhm.
in paper one in geography optional, I referred to Savindra Singh book. That big book, most people know that. And Shankar Eyes for the environment part because
Mhm.
Savindra Singh does not have the environment part.
Mhm.
And some YouTube videos of a channel named The Geoecologist. People can note down it and see in YouTube if they want. And there is one website, lotusarise.com. You can refer their free content as well. And for human geography, I refer to the Blue Book of Majid Hussain.
Mhm.
And for paper two, I refer to D.R. Kullar book, was Big Book of Indian Geography, and YouTube videos and that free content of Lotus. Right?
Mhm.
That now coming to your question about note making, that I think one of the important, most important bulwarks of civil service preparation is note making because everything people say that everything is under the sun is the syllabus of civil services.
Mhm.
So to address such a pragmatic challenge, we need to be very practical in our solutions too.
Mhm.
So I prepared notes personally after my second reading of any book, short and crisp. And apart from the book is not making, I prefer inculcating real life examples which I read in newspaper on some website or YouTube or which I learn from my surrounding. I inculcate that in my notes.
Mhm. Okay.
So it's a two-step process which I
Okay.
followed in note making.
Mhm.
Before I would like to elaborate on that, I would like to tell people that first prepare notes of any subject, but before exam, prepare one page of notes from every subject
Mhm.
because that would save you a lot of time.
Mhm. Okay, please tell us about newspaper and magazines you prepared.
Then I read only one newspaper throughout my journey, that is the Hindu,
Mhm.
and I went through the summary of two magazines, Kurukshetra and Diojana,
Mhm.
nothing apart from these.
Okay, online resources. Tell our viewers about online resources.
So as I mentioned, I was in constant touch with the down to earth online resource, their YouTube videos, and sometimes for polity and governance, I refer to PRS Legislative Research website.
Mhm.
And the government websites I mostly relied on for updates of government schemes.
Okay, okay. Please tell us whether your mains and prelims you're prepared differently or it was integrated preparation.
So as I said, for first 6 to 7 months, I dedicated for integrated and collaborative preparation. And 2 to 3 months before prelims, I went solely for prelims, test series, and analyzing those tests. And similarly, after prelims, I dedicated my 2 to 3 months entirely for mains and answer writing.
Okay, okay. Please tell us when to start the mains answer writing, specially for
Then I
beginners.
think any student can, to be in a safe zone, can start answer writing after completing 75, 3/4 of the any static syllabus such as polity, economy. After completing 75%, they will be in a suitable position to assess that how much they can write, in which time limit they can write, and gradually they can improve. And I would like to tell everyone that at least try to improve 1% in answer writing each day. So you will get the benefit of the compounding effect in answer writing as well. It's not a task of one night. Rome was not built in a day. Answer writing is just like that.
Okay, okay. You said that you had geography optional, few lengthy. It is a bit lengthy. And can you tell us about the importance of geography, Odisha geography especially, and how to prepare for the same?
So I would like to mention that though geography is a lengthy optional, but it is very scoring optional
Mhm.
because if you are thorough to the syllabus and maps part, you can score well. But I would like to tell people that they must prioritize the syllabus depending on the previous year questions and do not make notes from each and every topic that is given in the syllabus. There are certain priority areas and conceptual areas where you need to be thorough in the syllabus and prepare notes based on your own understanding and
Mhm.
do not prepare holistic notes of the entire syllabus.
Mhm. Okay. Please tell us,
So
our viewers, about sociology optional, especially, and answer writing of sociology optional.
yes, in sociology, I went for previous year questions analysis first, and I learned the way of writing 60 markers and 20 markers differently. I read various toppers copies, how they are writing, how they are getting good marks, how
Mhm.
I can improve on myself, what is lagging behind. And as I mentioned, test series is inevitable in sociology,
Okay.
and at least 5 to 10 tests are mandatory for
Okay.
sociology good marks.
Okay. Please tell us about the whether you followed point wise or paragraph writing
Sir,
in
it entirely
answers.
depends on the question. In essay, I prefer completely paragraph, no diagrams, no points. In GS, I prefer the subheadings approach and points approach, varying the introduction and conclusion. Introduction, question, conclusion, where paragraph is.
Okay.
And in optionals, in some questions, I prefer paragraph, and in some questions, pointers.
Okay. Please tell us that you scored the highest in one of the highest in personality. Please share your tips for personality.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think last year I could not score very brilliant marks in personality test. I learned a lot from that. I worked on my mistakes and I became more confident. Personality test holds a key because I think mains can give you a good rank. Mains can give you a rank in the final merit list, but interview can give you a top rank because the students who are below me, 10 to 12 students who are below me, are scoring more marks in mains, but due to my interview marks, I'm scoring this rank. So I would personally suggest people that increase your outlook and judgment awareness level. Always be confident about yourself, but do not be too utopian or idealistic. Be pragmatic and ethical in your approach,
Okay.
because they will always ask questions which will put you in a situation of ethical dilemma.
Mhm.
Address that and do not be nervous and anxious.
Mhm. Okay. What will be your priority areas in your administration?
Sir, as an engineer, I would say my priorities areas would always include anything innovation in administration using technology. I would like to reach the down-to-earth sections of the society for their benefit using technology so that I can improve their lives as well. And women empowerment would also be hold the key to my work. And I would like to address the issue of hunger and malnutrition, especially in backward regions of Odisha.
Okay.
And I would like to mention that I think I can work in augmenting employability of the rural youth as well.
Okay. Okay. Ethics and case studies. What are the things that you suggest for ethics and case studies?
The race ethics and case study is newly being included in OPSC from next year. I would advise everyone to go through the last 10 years questions of ethics, GS4 ethics of UPSC, and prepare them from a book. That book I would like to mention, Decode Ethics by Mudit Jain.
Mhm.
Prepare from that and go through the static from a book of ethics, integrity, and aptitude by G. Subbarao.
Okay.
And ethics is less about books and more about your real life examples, attitude and aptitude. So please
Mhm.
don't rely only on books in ethics.
Mhm. Okay. Your final message to the aspirants.
So finally, I would like to tell everyone that civil services is not a game for the faint-hearted. It is not an exam which can only be conquered through books. In past, I don't know what used to happen, but this time, this in this era, civil services has become very dynamic. It's
Mhm.
used to assess people based on their merit not just on their cookies knowledge, their outlook, their exposure level, everything matters a lot. And innovate your own answers. Do not rely or mug up any answer from book. And you need to be very dynamic in your approach, and you need to be quick thinker as well as a decision maker in mains exam as well. Because you will get very less time to write 4,000 words in GS. In single GS paper, you need to write 4,000 words within 180 minutes. So
Yes.
be practical and smart.
Okay. Thank you very much for sharing your wonderful vision, and wish you all the best for your future life. Friends, if you are having any doubts, you can please ask in the comment section. We may take a second session for with Prateek sir will clarify many of your doubts. Thank you very
Sure,
much.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.